His hand was all cut up.
Good, his hands were all bloody. He got down on the ground and was a little delirious.
Hands bloodied, but lucky to be alive.
I may have to put it down over here. I can't make the, I may not make the bridge. I can't restart. Engine is out.
A plane crash lands on a busy Cape Coral road.
I'm going out. I'm down the street.
Hundreds left without power and a nearby motel evacuated.
The pilot rushed to the hospital. His plane left mangled in the street.
Can't get the image on my mind.
And live off the top at 5, a metal heap still there of what used to be that plane blocking a busy Cape Coral road. The Wink News drone flying over the scene that caused so much chaos today. You can see the plane still in the parking lot. Police say the plane crash landed right on Miramar Street, which is just south of Cape Coral Parkway.
The Cessna hit power lines, knocking out power to nearly 2,000 people. The power is back on now. The pilot went to the hospital with serious injuries, but was able to get out of the plane under his own power. Witnesses couldn't believe what they saw and heard.
And all of a sudden we looked up and we saw this plane, and we heard this plane was just making like it was backfiring. So boom, 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 boom. And then all of a sudden it went silent. And I said to my wife, oh, that's not good.
Now several crews are working to clean up the wreckage left behind.
Wink News with complete breaking live coverage at 5, covering every angle of this crash. Wink News reporter Taylor Bisacki and Morgan Francis talked to witnesses. But we'll start tonight with Adam Wright, live on the scene. Adam, what's due since we talked to you at 4 o'clock? Complete team coverage at 5. People stood and watched as first responders rushed to the scene today. And several of you sent in video to the scene to help warn others about what happened. This is the pilot. You can see the blood on his hands here, sitting on the ground right after it happened. Paramedics treated him here moments after the crash.
There were sparks flying and smoke going, you know, a little 4th of July after the fact.
And right before the crash, the pilot warned air traffic controllers at Page Field that he was going down.
Uniform, I got an engine losing RPM. I'm going out. I'm down the street.
Wink News reporter Taylor Bisacki joins us live now, continuing our coverage. And Taylor, witnesses could tell that something was wrong while the plane was still in the air. All right, Taylor, thank you. The Wink News digital team is constantly updating the information as we get it into Wink News. So head to the Wink News Facebook page to find our latest story there. Let's get back out live to the Cape Coral plane crash site. The Wink News drone is hovering over the wreckage here. Wink News will bring you complete coverage throughout this newscast. Wink News reporter Morgan Francis is live at 5:30 with another update. This is the second recent crash involving a Cessna here in Lee County. Tomorrow marks 3 weeks since a fiery crash outside Page Field. The passenger died after the plane crashed onto the roof of the Chico's Daycare Center. Wink News went back to that scene today. The preliminary report has not been released yet. Count on Wink News to let you know just as soon as we get it.
We have new information about this Naples airplane crash. We now know the plane is a Venom experimental aircraft. Its nose gear collapsed while landing at the Naples Municipal Airport this morning, and it slid off the runway. Nobody got hurt. The FAA is investigating. Wake News is the Weather Authority. You're looking live off Sanibel, off the causeway right now. A lot of clouds in the sky, but not a bad-looking picture overall. Wake News Chief Meteorologist Jim Farrell is tracking if we have any rain. Thank you. Right now, a gator who bit a golfer diving for his golf balls is still roaming a Southwest Florida golf course. We're going to show him swimming. Live pictures. Okay, these are live pictures we're just seeing with you for the first time. The gator being wrangled. He's been on the course since this happened when the person was bit. The 911 calls of a witness right now trying to describe the injuries.
It was right at his arm, the way it looks.
Okay, so
everything is intact at this time. He's got it all covered up.
Okay.
So he says it's ugly. It's all the way down to the bone.
Now, the golfer was bit today diving for golf balls there. It happened about 1 o'clock at the Rotunda Golf and Country Club in Charlotte County. First responders say the victim fought the gator off his left arm and swam to land. So we're still working to get an update on his condition, but as you just saw, they are taking the gator away right now, getting him off the course. We'll keep updating you on this throughout the evening. The hospital just discharged the new mother critically injured when lightning struck her. We've been following Megan Davidson's case since the bolt hit her last week in the Whispering Palms neighborhood in Fort Myers. Doctors delivered her baby once she got to the hospital. The condition of baby Owen, though, has not been released.
Now to a Wink News exclusive. The boat of a Fort Myers family who disappeared at sea is located. Pictures you'll only see here show the wreckage at the bottom of the Gulf. The Kimberly family set sail from Sarasota to Fort Myers Beach last June and got caught in a storm. Wink News anchor Bob Berzik is in the studio with more. Bob. Wink News just learned animal officers had to euthanize an endangered key deer that was found tied up in the back of a car. Fish and Wildlife officials say they put down the buck this morning because of a leg injury. They arrested 2 men this weekend after a deputy pulled them over in Monroe County. They each face several felony charges and could now face federal charges.
And just in, we're learning the report of a stranger approaching children in North Naples turned out to be a miscommunication. The Collier Sheriff's Office just told us the man is actually an Uber driver who was looking for whoever requested a ride when all of this happened. We first told you last night the children ran away and alerted their parents, but again, Collier deputies say no crime was committed there. The U.S. and Russia reached an agreement for a ceasefire in southwest Syria. The ceasefire is set to take effect June 9th at noon Damascus time. Word of the ceasefire has emerged as President Trump is meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin today. Wink News is live at the White House with more on their meeting coming up at 5:30.
A man claiming to have a bomb inside a bank has died after a standoff with police. Police smashed through a bank wall to free 2 hostages. This was the scene in Marietta, Georgia this afternoon. The suspect has not been identified yet.
All new at 5, you'll soon have another choice to fly to Europe nonstop straight from RSW. The Lee County Port Authority just announced Eurowings will fly nonstop to Munich and Cologne starting next May. There will be weekly flights starting on May 1st of 2018. Officials say these flights will strengthen the bridge between Germany and Southwest Florida. Flights are already listed. If you go to the Eurowings website, see if you can get a deal.
A Cape Coral man found naked in a hotel lobby. The details all new just ahead.
And the family of a teen killed in Bonita Springs is talking to Wink News tonight. The plea for Jordan Valero's killer to come forward only on Wink right after this break.
Wink News, now back with breaking news.
I'm going to get you straight out to these live pictures because right now a tow truck is on scene at the plane crash in Cape Coral. This is on Miramar Street near Cape Coral Parkway. Crews are standing around this wreckage. They're deciding how to move this plane that's been there since about 10 o'clock this morning. Wink News is staying on top of this breaking news from the scene. We're live with another update coming up at 5:30.
More breaking news right now. We've confirmed that a bank robbery happened late this afternoon at the Chase Bank off of McGregor, right at Iona Road there. The scene taped off right now. Several deputies are on the scene. We're told the robber took off southbound on McGregor. There's a canine out. You'll probably hear the chopper up if you live in that neighborhood. As far as we can tell, nobody got hurt. Wink News is on the scene working to get you new information.
And we have more breaking news out of Germany, where protests are turning violent as world leaders attend the G20 summit there. Demonstrators are clashing with police, and you can see in these live images, people are setting fires in the middle of the street. Police are pushing back those protesters using water guns. Count on Wink News to stay on top of this breaking news as well. A family desperate for answers. It has been a year since someone murdered a Bonita Springs teenager.